We're just 5 days away from the start of the World Cup. Last week, members of the U.S. men's national team visited the Star in Dallas, swapping up jerseys with Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb. Both teams have huge games coming up. Monday, it is Team USA and Christian Pulisic facing off against Gareth Bale and Wales. Our coverage begins 1 p.m. Eastern on Fox and anywhere on your Fox Sports app. All right, so Jalen Hurts, he threw for 175 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception in the Eagles' first loss of the season. They went down to the Commanders last night. Shannon, now that Jalen Hurts and the Eagles lost their first game, does this mean Patrick Mahomes is going to run away with MVP?
No, he's not going to run away with it, but I had Patrick Mahomes in the lead. Every other publication that I've seen had Patrick Mahomes in the lead, and I don't think he did anything with Sunday's performance to deter that. I mentioned 2 weeks ago that at some point in time, we're going to have to bring Tua into this equation. His numbers are too good. He's leading the league, Skip, in QBR, and his touchdown rate is going up, and his interception rate level hasn't moved. He's now 18-3. Patrick Mahomes, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is 25-7. He's a little less than 3,000 yards. It doesn't work, Skip. At the end of the day, yes, you want wins, but MVP in any of these awards for pro sports is still a stat award. Jalen Hurts' stat just doesn't add up. You just can't say, well, he's undefeated. He's the best player on an undefeated team. It doesn't work like that. Because you look at Patrick Mahomes, he leads the NFL in touchdown passes with 25. He's 29, almost 2,936 yards passing, leads the league. 326 yards passing a game, leads the league. He's second in QBR behind Tua, 78.6 to 82.6. And so I don't really know. Like I said, right now, if it ended today, I believe Mahomes would win it. Tua would finish second. I'm not so sure. Hurts might finish third, or they might give it to Tyreek or Josh Allen. But no, Skip. I mean, Hurts' numbers, Skip. He's 13th in pass yards. He's 14th in yards passing per game. He's 6th in QBR, which isn't bad. But when you look at his numbers compared to Tua, and you look at his numbers compared to Mahomes, remind you now, Skip, Tua missed 2 games. He missed 2 games and got numbers like this. So for me, no, I don't think Jalen Hurts, he did okay last night. I've seen him play better. That wasn't his finest moment last night. But no, I don't even think he's even close. If they got he wouldn't get any first place votes now. Not to, maybe somebody from Philly, but no.
So help me out. Is there a rule in place or even a bylaw in place that says stats determine MVP?
Yeah, it is. It is because it's a stat award. I mean, that's Skip.
I mean, nobody's written that in concrete.
So in other words, if a guy Skip. So in other words, if a guy's on a team that goes 14-2, and the quarterback doesn't have top 10 stats, he's not winning the MVP.
Well, who says? Who says he shouldn't win the MVP?
Has it ever happened?
Well,
no.
I don't know. We'd have to sort of break it down. But the point is that in the end, Jalen Hurts has done more. He's been more valuable to his team than Mahomes has been to his team.
No.
Well, he just has been because he changed the whole culture. That team has been rebuilt around his backbone, or around his commitment, his dedication. He is the leader and the playmaker for that team. And by the way, I thought he was really good last night. That should not have hurt his MVP status at all.
But Skip, if you think about it, Mahomes lost the most explosive offensive weapon in football, and he's still number 1 across the board in everything except QBR. Okay, that's got to count for something, right?
Still has the best pass-catching tight end in NFL history.
Skip, but still, he's doing it with Scantling. He's doing it with Juju. He's doing it with Tony, Kadarius Toney. Giants couldn't get anything out of it. Now he looks like he's found life. Pacheco. Okay. Come on, Skip.
Okay, but in that offense, in that system with Andy Reid at the controls, he's just going to put up numbers because that's what that offense does.
Did Alex Smith ever look like Patrick Mahomes in that offense with those same weapons? No.
But he didn't have half the arm that Patrick had.
There you go.
Okay. So I do see on Patrick's resume so far this year, I see 2 losses.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
Yeah.
Oh, how did he lose a game at Indianapolis?
Easy. It's the NFL. The same way the Dallas Cowboys lost in Green Bay.
No, we're not talking about the Cowboys.
No, I'm just saying losses happen. It's the NFL.
Okay, but not for an MVP because this is the kind of performance where you'd say Wait a second. How did that happen? Because remember the last play of the game at Indianapolis?
Yeah. No, Skip.
Okay.
Hold on. So since you asked me, the stat is a prerequisite. Is losses a prerequisite? Can you not have losses and win the MVP?
Well, it just depends how many you have and how ugly they wind up in the end.
No, Skip. Even though with those 2 losses, Skip, look at the man's numbers. The man is 700 yards clear. He's 11 touchdown passes clear.
Okay.
He's 80 yards per game clear.
What happened on the last play at Indy? It's 1st and 10 at the Indy 46.
Skip,
I think
lost
we
the
have
game.
that. Do we have that play?
Skip.
Huh? Do you remember what happened?
They lost the game.
Last play of the game, and he throws it. He threw it to the wrong team. Got tipped up. It was a bad idea. It was heavily defended and tipped in the air to an interception that ended the game.
Okay.
Was that an MVP throw? Because you only lost 20-17, so you deprived your team of a chance to go win, at least get it to overtime.
So what about going on the road and doing what he did to Tampa? What about what he did going on the road to San Francisco?
Okay, but at home, he lost to Buffalo, and would you believe he threw 2 big interceptions in that game?
Yeah.
He had a QBR of only 59. I think we have the 2 interceptions. They lost 24-20. Do we have the 2 Kansas City? Oh, here we do. I don't know how we had it. It's a miracle. It's magic. He's going to throw it in the end zone. Wait a second. That's awful. That's the worst of Patrick Mahomes, right? That was 3rd and goal from the 9, right? And then here he goes again, and he's going to throw a little sidearm to nobody except to a Buffalo Bill. That was 1st and 10 for his own 30.
The guy made a great play.
That's 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the guy made a great play. Didn't the guy not make a great play?
That ends the game, a game that you only lost 24-20. So he's throwing picks that killed his team in 2 games. He ruined his team's chances of winning both games with late picks.
So what is those 25 touchdowns? Do you think any of those 25 touchdowns help him win?
I got it. But now you're just looking, you're blinded by the big stats that Andy Reid's offense is always going to produce.
You making it seem like the guy is 2-7. He's 7-2.
Okay, he's 7-2, but he cost his team both those games. That should actually count towards docking him toward the MVP.
So what about, let me ask you a question. So what about those 25 touchdowns? Did any of those help his team win?
Okay, but so what? Okay, all I know is that at Indy, they're not very good, and they were really not very good at that point. And you lost on a late interception that deprives your team of a chance to actually kick a field goal.
It's the NFL. You know how this works. Just because somebody's not good, that doesn't mean they can't. They're a professional football team.
Okay, Jalen Hurts has changed life in Philadelphia. And he had the ball a grand total of 20 minutes out of 60 last night, 20 of 60. And if Brandon Graham doesn't make that foolish error at the end of the game, he's going to get the ball back, and I don't have any doubt he would have gone down and scored and won the game, because that's what he does. That's what he's been doing for that team. He scored 3 touchdowns for that team last night, and if we could go back and go through the 3 turnovers, if we could we see the interception that he, quote-unquote, threw to A.J. Brown to start off with? This is probably his best throw of the night. I don't know if you can throw a football any better than that. Hit A.J. right in the hands. Maybe it's ill-advised because the safety is going to come into play here. But, again, this ball goes right through everybody's hands and into AJ's, and he just couldn't hang on to it. Okay. It bobbles up in the air, and the safety took it away. All right, and then here we go. This is the Dallas Goedert play, and it's a horrendous face mask. That's not Jalen's fault. It should have been 15 more yards, and Philly's going in to score.
But Skip, Skip, hold on.
Okay.
I remember, Skip, you remember last year.
I think we're going to see the Quez play here before we finish here, but we got Quez Watkins coming up. And again, you said earlier in the show, this should have been a touchdown.
It should have.
Well, this breaks the game open. They're right back in charge.
Okay, guess what, Skip? Okay, guess what? That's a touchdown. So now he has 15 touchdowns to Mahomes 25.
Okay, but now you're 9-0 is what you are. Those plays cost them 9-0.
There's no guarantee that
there's no guarantee, but I'm pretty sure those are game changers.
Skip, I don't think
those are all fourth quarter plays.
Skip, the numbers that Mahomes is putting up. Now this is the halfway point. So now you go and project that out over another 7 games, 8 games. You look at these numbers. So you mean to tell me a guy that has 5,700 passing yards, 53 touchdowns, and his team is the number 1 seed in the AFC, I mean, in the AFC, and you think they're going to give the MVP to somebody else?
Okay, who's surprised by his, whatever it is, 25 touchdowns?
Everybody, because they said he wasn't going to be able to do it without Tyreek.
How can we sweep under the carpet the interceptions he threw in the 2 losses? They should dock him. It should diminish his chances. So let me ask you a question. Does Jalen Hurts have any turnovers? Sure.
Okay, so we should dock him.
3, but they didn't lose the game. They weren't game losers. Those are game. I just showed you
the
game
interception last
losers.
Night. The interception last night.
Game losers.
Did they lose the game last night?
Yes, they did.
He threw a pick last night, right?
Okay. Did it look like a pick to you in the air? No.
Hold on. We've seen balls go off Juju's hand was interception. We see a ball go off Kelsey's hands that were interceptions.
Okay, but I just showed you bad balls that were intercepted that lost games. There are 2 losses. You can put it right on that guy's shoulders.
Skip, even if they hadn't lost the game, you're still going to try to fight. Skip, the fact of the matter is, Hurts is not a better thrower of the football. He's not a better quarterback. He's not the MVP this season.
Better leader.
No, he's not.
He's more consistent. He's more dependable.
Skip, stop this.
He just is. He just is. He's changed life in Philadelphia. I'm not taking away from what he did last night.
Hold on. And Patrick Mahomes has not changed life in Kansas City?
Okay, I'm just saying, right now, the more valuable player has been Jalen Hurts to date.
Skip.